There was a time in a small, crowded city when people believed only in visible wealth. Land, gold, businesses, houses, these were the things everyone chased. From childhood, the lesson was simple: earn money, buy assets, and you will be successful. But no one talked about the one investment that never crashed, never inflated away, and never depended on luck. No one talked about investing in yourself. This is not a story about a billionaire or a prodigy. This is the story of an ordinary man named Ayan, whose life quietly proved a powerful truth: the best investment you will ever make is the one you make within yourself. The beginning: chasing safe roads. Ayan grew up in a modest household. His father worked long hours, his mother managed the home, and every month ended with careful calculations. From a young age, Ayan learned one thing very clearly: security matters more than dreams. So, when school ended, he chose the safest path available. A degree that promised a job. A job that promised stability. A routine that promised survival. At 23, Ayan landed a decent office job. Nothing exciting, nothing terrible. A desk, a computer, a chair, and 8 hours a day that felt like slow-moving time. His parents were proud. Neighbors congratulated him. By all visible measures, he was doing well. But inside, something felt wrong. Every morning, as he watched the same faces walk into the same building, he felt a quiet fear. Not fear of failure, but fear of never growing, the illusion of external investments. Like many others, Ayan believed the solution was money. So he did what everyone advised. He tried investing in stocks, hoping for quick gains. The market rose, then crashed. He invested in a friend's small business, which closed within a year. He saved for years to buy expensive things, only to realize that excitement fades faster than payments end. Each time, the pattern was the same. Initial excitement. Short-term hope. Long-term disappointment. The problem wasn't bad luck. The problem was that all his investments depended on external conditions: markets, people, timing, trends. And then came the moment that changed everything. The turning point. One evening, after another exhausting day, Ayan sat alone in his room scrolling mindlessly through his phone. He came across a simple sentence shared by a stranger online. Your skills can never be taken away. Your knowledge compounds forever. The words stayed with him. Every night, instead of watching random videos, he spent 1 hour learning. Not because someone forced him, but because he wanted to become more valuable. He began with skills related to his work: communication, problem solving, digital tools. Slowly, he expanded into areas he was curious about: writing, psychology, finance, leadership. At first, it felt slow. Painfully slow. There were no immediate rewards. No applause. No sudden success. Just quiet effort. But something subtle began to change. The compounding effect. After a few months, Ayan noticed something interesting. Conversations at work became easier. His ideas were clearer. People started listening when he spoke, not because his title changed, but because his thinking did. Opportunities followed. A small project came his way. Then a bigger responsibility. Then a role that didn't exist before, but was created for him. This is the power of investing in yourself. Unlike money, skills compound silently. Knowledge grows even when no one is watching. Confidence builds from repeated effort, not sudden luck. And the best part? No market crash can take it away. The fear phase. But self-investment isn't always comfortable. As Ayan grew, so did his fear. What if I fail? What if I'm wasting time? What if I'm not good enough? These questions didn't disappear. They never do. But he learned something powerful. Fear doesn't disappear when you wait. It disappears when you act. Every new skill made him slightly braver. Every failure taught him something useful. Every mistake became part of his education. And unlike money lost in bad investments, these losses made him stronger. The shift in identity. The biggest change wasn't external, it was internal. Ayan stopped seeing himself as someone with a job. He began seeing himself as someone who could learn anything. This shift changed everything. When challenges came, he didn't panic. He asked, "What skill do I need to solve this?" When obstacles appeared, he didn't complain. He asked, "What can this teach me?" This mindset became his greatest asset. Because when you invest in yourself, you're not just learning skills, you're building adaptability. And in a world that constantly changes, adaptability is priceless. The long-term payoff. Years passed. Ayan's income increased, but more importantly, his options expanded. He could switch careers. Start projects. Teach others. Solve problems people were willing to pay for. Even when external opportunities failed, he never felt powerless. Why? Because he carried his investment with him. Your education stays with you. Your discipline stays with you. Your character stays with you. This is why investing in yourself pays forever. The truth no one talks about. Most people avoid investing in themselves because it doesn't look impressive at first. No one claps when you read quietly. No one celebrates your early learning phase. No one sees the late nights of practice. But one day, people will ask, "How did you get so good? How did you grow so fast? How are you so confident?" They won't see the years of invisible investment. And that's okay. The real definition of wealth. Ayan eventually understood something most people learn too late. True wealth is not what you own, it's what you can create. Money can be lost. Businesses can fail. Titles can disappear. But the person you become through self-investment, that stays forever. Even in failure, you're rich. Even in uncertainty, you're capable. Even in loss, you're not starting from zero. The lesson for you. You don't need perfect conditions to invest in yourself. You don't need permission. You don't need a dramatic turning point. You need one decision. A decision to read instead of scroll. To learn instead of complain. To grow instead of wait. Start small. Stay consistent. Trust the process. Because every book you read, every skill you build, every habit you strengthen is a deposit into the only account that never goes bankrupt. Final message. The world will always offer risky investments. Some will win, some will fail. But there is one investment that has never failed in human history. The investment in yourself. It pays when times are good. It protects you when times are bad. And it compounds for a lifetime. So invest wisely. Invest patiently. Invest in the one asset that goes with you everywhere you go. Invest in yourself, because that return lasts forever.